Okay, now it works. Okay. Now it seems to be working. That was annoying. That was really annoying. So yeah. Hopefully the mic's working. Can you guys hear me? Look. All right, cool. I have no idea what was going on with YouTube a little while ago, but it kept telling me my camera and mic weren't activated, and then when I tried to do it on my phone, it said I needed to download some sort of software to stream on my phone. So maybe it was a glitch. Maybe it's because I complained on Twitter that it instantly worked because I made a post on Twitter about it not working. Whatever. What's up, everyone? I am the Kaiju no Kami, which you probably already know. It's been a while since I've done a live stream. It's been quite a busy time. Teaching has been very, very busy. I like my class. My class is cool. They're a bit difficult, but they're cool. Anyway, so yeah, I saw Halloween Ends last night. Eh, not the worst Halloween movie. You probably already watched my quickie, or if you didn't see there, I'll probably do a spoiler video. But I'm gonna do a Halloween ranking video now, but I'm still trying to process where I would put ends on the spectrum. I'm debating if it's better than 5 and 6 or worse than 5 and 6. So I'm not sure yet. I'll figure it out later. Anyway, okay. Let's go through. Let's see, what else have I done? Kind of nothing. I mean, this week I'm on fall break, so my plan is to write the script and record my Halloween night review and edit it, at least get my big editing job done so that when school starts back up the following week, I don't have too much to worry about. I can get it out on Halloween. I don't want to be like waiting to the last minute to finish it. I've only gotten through 2 discs of Kamen Rider Kuga, which so far has been excellent. The video quality has been excellent. The subtitles are superb. It was a little bit weird to not have the Grongi subs in a black font. This time it just has parentheses that says in Grongi and then gives the Grongi dialect, which has to do with it being soft subbed, not hard subbed. So that was kind of weird. 5-Man, I only made it through 4 episodes and I haven't had the chance to watch any more. Q Ranger, I have not watched it all since the school year started, so I'm still only at episode 16. And let's see, what else? I've been playing Destroy All Humans 2 for what feels like forever because I've just hardly have had the chance to work on it. I'm going to play some today after I'm done with this live stream because I want to be done with this game as well this week. And movies. Let's see, we've watched The Black Phone, which was really good. That might actually be my favorite movie of the year right now. We saw Gundam Dawn's Island, which was quite good. We saw Don't Worry Darling, which I want to do a quickie review of, or I might just do a spoiler talk review of it instead because it wasn't bad. It wasn't very good, but it wasn't bad. We watched Men, which was great for the first 2/3 and then completely fell apart in the end. And let's see, anything else new we've watched? No, mostly it's been 4Ks of Child's Play 1, 2, and 3, the new Halloween Curse, H2O and Resurrection, and the 4K of The Fog, which looked incredible. And what was the other thing we watched? Oh, the 4K of American Werewolf in London, Poltergeist, which was remastered beautifully. Trying to think what else we've done. It's been a busy time. Okay, but let me go through some comments. Let's see who's here. Toku Rider Go. Hi, Kaiju. Hi, Toku Rider Go. Steve Harada. Hey yo. Hey yo. Right back. Anthony Sarkis. Hey, Kaiju. Hey, Sarkis. Stephen Harada. I am on episode 44 of Ryuki and I'm quite enjoying it. Nice. I like Ryuki. I really hope Shout Factory brings it out to Blu-ray next year because I'm looking forward to seeing what they have to do. Toku Rider Go. How's your Q Ranger watch? Obviously, as I just said, I have not made it past episode 16 since the school year started. Captain Yo Crunch 45. Hi, Kaiju. Hi, Captain Yo Crunch. We can hear you. Do I need to see the review film and specials? I hear they screw up the timeline. You don't need to watch them, but there's a reason why you should watch them. But I'll wait till you finish the series to find out why. Yes, they're an alternate timeline, but it makes more sense when you see the end of Ryuki. Do you like Geats so far? Nope. We haven't even bothered watching after episode 3. Well, we've been busy too, so there has been that. But we haven't watched any Decker since 8. We haven't watched Geats since 3. And we haven't watched Dawn Brothers since 29? Was it 28 or 29 we last did a video on? 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Okay, so it was 28 that we last watched. We've just been way too busy. Let's see. Nick Cooper. Good morning, Kaiju no Kami. How's it going? It's going good. It's the first day of fall break, so I'm enjoying it. Well, it's the weekend, so it doesn't really matter. It's Monday when it will really kick in, like, oh, don't have to get up so early. I don't have to work. Although sometime next week I do need to reset my classroom because I'm changing out seatings, trading in some tables for desks. Because some of them just can't sit by in a group of each other. They need isolation. Unfortunately, my classroom's not big enough to isolate them all, but there's interesting behaviors, which Stephen goes to the question I'd be getting to in a moment. Behaviors. There's a lot of difficulty. Godzilla 1954. Which do you think is the best and worst of all the Ultraman DVD releases? For the DVD ones specific, or also including the Blu-ray ones? Because I still think Ultra 7 is the best. The worst is Ultraman Dyna. That DVD looked like dog shit. Oh. I do want to show something off in a moment, though. But yeah, that DVD was crap. Like, holy. Even Mabius didn't look anywhere near as bad as that. Although I guess now, if I were to go which DVD was the best, it would be Mabius. If I'm going by which Blu-ray is the worst, it would probably be either Ultra 7X or Neo Ultra Q because they didn't come with any booklets or anything like all the other series do. Even if it was just a book to show the episode descriptions, that would have been better than nothing. um, Stephen, I hated Halloween Ends. No spoilers though for those who haven't seen it. Yeah, I'm not doing spoilers. I didn't hate it. I just there was good ideas, but it felt like two different movies in one. It doesn't have anything to do with how Kills ended. It makes no sense because it's like they totally forgot they did Kills. Just curious, what made you want to be a teacher? Anthony Sarkis. I don't remember at this point. I was just like, hey, I'm going to go get my master's degree to be a teacher. And I did it. But here are two drawings one of my students did for me. There's this one. Which is pretty cool. And then he wanted something to challenge him, so I told him to give me a Ghidorah. So he did this. So that's cool. Okay. But yeah, let's see. We all know they're going to make more Halloween films since the rights go back to Akkad's son. Well, obviously. But the difference is that this is the end of those of Halloween in that timeline. I like having actually I think they should just do a Tales of Halloween series moving forward that's Halloween movies told from the viewpoint of a storyteller. Go back to the anthology idea, but just have it always be Michael Myers since that's what people want out of Halloween. So just have like a group of kids and a person does a story every movie. Think of Are You Afraid of the Dark, but every movie is Michael Myers in some sort of story. Do that. Could be interesting. I know he also worked on this new trilogy though. Yeah, except this trilogy was a complete mess in the long run. It's kind of like the recent Star Wars movies. Now, except the first movie, 2018, had a complete beginning, middle, and end, whereas Force Awakens only had a beginning and middle. It didn't really have an end. Kills was a middle, and then Ends was, I guess, a beginning, middle, and end, but the end is really the only thing that felt Halloween like. Okay, anyway. What game consoles do you own? All the PlayStations, including PSP and Vita, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, GameCube, Wii U, Switch, DS, 3DS. I think we still have the Game Boy Advance. Um, used to have an Xbox and 360. Never bothered with the Xboxes after the 360. I have a Dreamcast, Genesis, Sega CD, Sega Game Gear. I think that's all. I don't think I'm missing anything. But if I am, I am. I'm also watching Go Go 5, and it's really good so far. Oh, yes, it is. Games by Mark Wolf. Hi, Hey, Kaiju. Good to see you. Hey, games by Mark Wolf. Glad to see you here. Box Night. Box Night. Yeah, Box Night. Hey, man, how's your day? Good. How's yours? Steven says, I also finished Kabuto and was pretty good, but it had a lot of issues, but a bunch of positives, though. Kabuto does have its issues, especially in the end. Ugh, those last few episodes. Ugh. So is the Fog 4K a genuine upgrade from the Blu-ray? But yes, it is most assuredly an upgrade from the Blu-ray. It's just a vast improvement, and the music or the audio is phenomenal. Like the Atmos track is an utter gore, not gore fest. Is utterly gorgeous, and it has the original mono track on there if that's your thing. So it's definitely worth it. Antoine Ball, have you seen Chucky TV series? If so, what did you think of it? I have not. We actually just picked up the first season on Blu-ray a few weeks ago. We haven't had the chance to watch it. I'm not the biggest Chucky fan, so I'm a bit skeptical. But Corelica wants us to watch it together, so we most likely will. Right now, we've been watching She-Hulk, which I love. We both are loving She-Hulk. The show is a lot of fun. I don't get the hate for it. And then Werewolf by Night was just freaking stylish as hell. Werewolf by Night is like the best thing Marvel has ever done. Okay, not really the best thing they've ever done, but it is truly exceptional. Steven, yeah, but the show doesn't feel incomplete without the movies and specials, though. Either way, I'll watch them. I don't know why they put the other two writers in the film and not in the show. Yeah, that actually other three writers. Because Verde is only in the special, the 13 writers special, and then Fem and Ryuga are only in episode final. So there's there's only 10 writers in the show essentially, which makes no sense to me with Ryuki. Do you like Lost Boys and know if the 4K is a big upgrade? I do not. We have not picked it up. I'm not a fan of Lost Boys, but Corelica is, so she put it on her Christmas and birthday list. So at some point, we'll end up watching it in 4K. Johnny Nago. What's up, Kaiju no Kami? What's up, Johnny? Yeah, Kamen FM should have been in the series, in my opinion. Necron002. How's life been? It's been good, Necron. Just busy, lots of busyness. Games by Mark Wolf. By the way, I started writing a new Sentai show, minus the Sentai. I guess it's more like Filthy Frank Multiverse meets Yu-Gi-Oh! But I like take a lot of inspiration from Sentai works. Nice. Hope it goes well. Kim T. How's it going, Kaiju no Kami? Same old. Just lots of busyness. Stephen Harana, I agree, Box. I don't know why they mentioned 13, but 2 aren't in the show. Again, 3 aren't in the show. I want to watch Tiga, but in your review, you said the subs were eh. On top of that note, well, the subs are much better. They're not perfect subs, but they are much better than the Funimation subs. The subs are fine. Take Me Higher, yeah, it sucks losing that, but you know what? If you've never watched the series before, you're not going to realize it's missing. So there is that positive. Box Night quote drawing. Holy shit, that's a kid's drawing? Yep. These are done by a 6th grader. And then after other my students saw those, I had he's had a few people like, oh, can you draw me Goku? Can you draw me Naruto? So that's been pretty fun to see. And his Goku and Naruto have been quite good too. And then let's see. But then, of course, I had one guy on Twitter like, "Oh God, that's terrible looking." Like, "Oh, cool, congratulations, you're insulting a 10-year-old." Nice critique. Johnny, did you hear that Ted White, the actor that played Friday the Third? I did not hear he died yesterday. That sucks. But oh wow, 96 though. So, good age. Didn't Lansbury just die at 96 too? Games by Mark Wolf. Tell your students that's some awesome artwork. Amazing Gira. I have. How old is this kid? That's impressive in talent. Like I said, 10 years old. Kimchi, do you think Halloween Ends was one of, or if not, the number one disappointing movie in the entire Halloween series? No. It's not the worst movie in the entire Halloween series. Well, yes, might be the most disappointing, but that's only because I got into the Halloween series in 2013. So I watched the only one I had seen in theaters, seen before 2013, was the first Rob Zombie movie, which was utter crap. And then I hated it so much I never touched another Halloween movie until I was in this John Carpenter mood out of the blue in 2013, and we watched and then I watched the entire Halloween series. And the first movie was so damn good, it made me love the entire franchise. And then I tried watching the Rob Zombie one again. It was like, man, this movie still sucks. And then Rob Zombie 2, when I finally saw that, I was like, this movie sucks too, but it's kind of better than the first one because at least it tries to do something different, even if Michael Myers is a hobo the entire movie. Resurrection is still the worst Halloween movie to me, though. Ends. So, Ends is the first of the three I watched as they first came out in theaters. I'm not counting the Rob Zombie one since I wasn't a fan of the franchise at that time. So, yes, I guess it would be the most disappointing Halloween movie I had seen in theaters because half the time of the movie I was like, what the hell is this crap? Anyway, I agree that would be a better idea, but maybe not have Michael in every story, but that's just me. What do you think is the best era of Ultraman? Uh Probably the Showa era. Even with the negatives, they were still experimenting. I loved Tiga is incredible. Orb and X are incredible. I liked Nexus, but I think the Showa era was probably the best era for Ultraman, even with its flaws. I always thought games like Mark Wolf, I always thought the shape needed an evil team, more like how the Cenobites are in a squad or the Legion of Doom. I don't know on that one. I will see in ends. I hated Corey as a character, but I won't go into story. I didn't mind Corey's what they were going for with Corey, but it amounted to nothing. Nothing came out of that plot. Have you seen the Mario Brothers movie trailer? I have not. I don't really go out of my way to watch most trailers these days because they spoil too much. The most recent trailer we watched, which we didn't actually need to on YouTube, was a horror movie coming out in January called Megan, which January kind of worries me, but January's been weird ever since COVID when it comes to movie releases. January and February are no longer like the time when they just stick all their garbage movies in, it seems like. Now it's just we don't have any slots to fit during the year because not everyone's going to the theater, so we'll just put it here. Let's see. I'm on the second disc of Go-Go 5. I like Matsuri. So yeah, Johnny, I don't know if I'm not sure if I care about Mario, but I don't think Chris Pratt was the person they should have picked to voice him. I didn't know. I thought it would have been the same transfer, just slightly upscaled. Oh no. I'm assuming you're talking about the fog. From my understanding, Studio Canal went back to the original negative and remastered the movie from there. Michael Stevens, the video quality for Mill Creek's Earth DVD looks like a VHS rip uploaded to YouTube in 2006. My Contalas is that you have to watch those movies that way. I haven't even received any packages from Mill Creek yet for the new Ultraman stuff, so I didn't even know they came out in stores yet. I thought they went for like another week or two. Did you do the Scream Factory sale from Jake Schuster? Bought a few movies. I pre-ordered, even though it wasn't part of the sale, I pre-ordered the 4Ks, the Black Christmas, and uh Carrie. I've never seen Carrie before, so getting to see in 4K would probably be the best way to see it. All I know about Carrie is what the trailer of the remake showed, which was pretty much ruined the whole movie. Oh, and she's a girl that gets lots of blood splattered on her. That's all I really know about Carrie. They should have just said 10 riders and not 13 if they wouldn't have. Yeah, I don't get the 13 riders bit. I think they were. I feel like they were planning to do 13, but then they ran out of time because they're like, oh yeah, we have like 3 months. We only got like 3 weeks left of this show, so we should probably just wrap it up instead of trying to come up with riders. I like Odin, but they didn't do anything with him. I probably should go get some water in a moment. Let's see. Do you know if Dragon Knight is good? Dragon Knight, well, Dragon Knight did the 13 rider aspect better than Ryuki, that's for sure. It's not a bad show. It just lacks the special effects and sound effects budget, especially sound effects and music. Those are just pitiful in Dragon Knight that it hijacks the whole show. Kim, what horror movie series do you prefer, Halloween or Friday the 13th? Halloween. And I love Friday the 13th. In fact, you can probably see I've got okay, the Halloween box set there and the Friday the 13th box set there. And then I do have the Halloween 4Ks over there. We've got most of the new apartments set up, but that's why there's still photos over there that haven't been hung up or at least put away yet. All right. Let's see. Yeah, as Box Knight said, Dragon Knight isn't bad, honestly, from what I remember. Yeah, I agree, Steven. The song Take Me Higher is so good, but at least for opening songs, you can listen to it on YouTube anytime you want. Let's see. I'd rather watch the Rob Zombie films, which I hate, than rewatch Ends personally, but to each their own. I will still take Ends over because of the last like 20 minutes of Ends. I'll take it over the Rob Zombie ones and Resurrection. Yeah, Box Night. Krellico watched the. Okay, I'm getting spam from sexfine.pro in here. What the hell? Let's put user in timeout. And let's report their message. Report. Unwanted no, pornography or sexual explicit material. Gotta do this for all of them because there's multiple ones on here, and the more they spam, the more hopefully they will get deleted. Okay. Yeah, Krillika watched Monsters, and she said it was dreadful. I already expected it to be bad because it's Rob Zombie, and also I'm not a big Monsters person. Never really got into the Monsters. I loved Adam's Family. I just found the Monsters to be uh reversed just the Adams Family, but with horror movie monsters in it. Do you have any high hopes for Scream 6? No, Scream 5 was terrible. So I have no hope for Scream 6. In case you're wondering, Box, Kaiju, and the rest of Sakura is my favorite characters in the show. Yes, he is an edgelord, but he is executed so well and such a well-written character. Sakura is the best character in Ryuki, and I'm glad they had decided. He's one of the few times I'm glad they decided to rewrite the character so he stuck around, because they were originally going to kill him off not too long into the series, and fans loved him so much they just couldn't get rid of him right then as early as they planned to. Russian Wanderer, I'm late. Are you late, or are you just simply here when you meant to be here? I love Shinzo as a close second. Shinji, do you mean? Thoughts on Jurassic World Dominion? Have not watched it yet, Kim. I'm waiting for the library. Oh yeah, you did correct yourself for Shinji. But yes, I have not watched Jurassic World Dominion yet. Goji Shay, 1991. Hey there, kaiju. Hey there, Goji Shay. Megan looks awful. That I thought the trailer looked great for Megan. It looks very suspenseful, but at the same time, I feel like the trailer showed too much. Favorite Utoku Anthony Serkis. Favorite Yutaka Hirose Rowan Sentai. Jin from Die Ranger is the best. But I do agree. All his roles are great. Nick Cooper, I watched the clip show episodes of 01 and they were meh. Yeah, but that's clip shows in general. You miss VHS? I hate VHS. I hated VHS way back then. I think I like Tiga Tamabia's era of Ultra the best. Perhaps watching Cosmo 6's Max will make you agree. Nielsen Max. Yo. So getting this to work took forever, because when I went to go on here, it said your camera and mic are not active. Please update your or something, and then I went on my phone, and then my phone says I need to download an app now to do live streams on YouTube.
Yeah, I have the app.
I didn't know that, but anyway. Let's see. Are you gonna go play Yakuza now?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. What was I going to say here? Oh, it's possible, but I still think the Showa era had the best Ultra ideas because it was something when they were experimenting. Can you fill my Kaiju no Kami bottle up with water? Let's see. Out of all the Ultra shows, which one's your favorite? Ultra 7. It's always going to be Ultra 7. That show just rocks. Dragon Knight does use a lot of original footage, so it's kind of a combo. But again, it just didn't have the effects budget and music budget to keep the energy that the new scenes were trying to add in. Are you going to still keep your Halloween box set from Scream since you got the 4Ks? I know you upgraded, but the standard Blu-ray box set is so nice. I'm going to keep it because I'm not planning on buying the Rob Zombie movies in 4K, and it has that bonus features disc that not every bonus feature has made it to the 4K sets. Arcana Master. How's Q Ranger going, Kaiju? Arcana, you probably didn't hear me talk about it earlier, but I have not made it past episode 16, which was back in July. Life has just been way too busy. Your new place looks great. Congrats. Yep, it's big. Sometimes it's like, I gotta walk all the way to that room. I gotta drag things from that room to that room. It's so far. What? What?
Nothing.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to get you to like.
First world problems, yo.
Tyler Ward, what's your next Kamen Rider review after Drive? You'll have to wait and find out.
Not that I haven't spoiled it in the previous review accidentally.
Quiet, you. You'll have to wait and find out. There is one more Kamen Rider review for the year, and then that will be it. Excluding the Kuga Blu-ray review. When I eventually get that done, I'll release a review of that. Ultraman Decker is getting more interesting right now.
Good for Ultraman Decker.
Well, that's good to hear. Apparently, though, there was another clip show just recently, which that sucks. Russian Monitor. What if you were writer, director, executive medal with and the executive medal with your project? It doesn't make sense. Story, plot structure that includes an unnecessary mech battle. I don't know. I would try, if I have to, I would at least try to make it fit and not just be there just to be there. Nick Cooper, the original Carrie movie was good. Recommended standalone Ultraman shows for a newbie like me. Actually, most of the Ultra shows work as most of the older Ultra shows work as a standalone. So my top recommendations will always be 7, Taro, Tiga. Well, the later Showa ones do kind of relate, but don't necessarily. But 7 for sure. Wow. Tiga, Gaia, Nexus, X and Orb. These sex bots have been everywhere on YouTube. Yeah. It's getting annoying. And it's like, what the hell? I mean, if they're going to spam my channel, at least get the algorithm so it starts popping up on every single feed, whether they're a Toku fan or not. Out of all of Disney's live action remakes, which do you think is the worst? Lion King, I mean, okay. Lion King's not really live action, but they call it live action, but it's fully CGI, but it's the worst. It's the worst of them all. After that would probably be Beauty and the Beast. Mockingbird Lane was a tragically good pilot that never saw a season. Speaking about being late because I was taking a shower. Cool, Russian. Glad to know. Netcrom, I haven't seen any Toku shows besides the newer one. Should probably watch some more, revisit whenever it happens. I definitely recommend it. I'm so glad they didn't kill him off. Joe's sadistic bastardness is just so much fun. Tie arc that wouldn't mentally writer any series. Mentally ill writer in any series before. Very innovative. Yes. Oh, for a Sakura. Goji Shea, do you think there'd be any petition on Ultraman Kamen Rider crossover? I'm not big on crossovers as it is. So not really. I really wouldn't want one. The DVD for Gaia is quite good, Steven. Hey, Corelica. Which Yakuza is she playing? So Krelika finished Zero 2 weeks ago and is now playing Kiwami. From what you've seen of the first 21 episodes of the original Kamen Rider series, do you have a favorite character in Shocker Kaijin? I like the Cobra Kaijin. The Cobra Man was awesome. Original character, favorite character, right now it would probably just be Hongo. The secondary cast is not all that interesting at this moment in time, where I last saw. Thoughts on Will Smith smacking Chris Rock? Oh no, a guy smacked another guy. How terrible. Wake me up wake me up when his slap wipes out half of the life in the universe. Shinasuka is similar to Kicker in Transformers Energon? Okay. I guess I can kind of see it. Can't wait for Can't wait for Like a Dragon Ishin next year. Oh yeah. I definitely can't wait for that. I can't wait for Yakuza 8 or Like a Dragon 8, whatever they're going with now. The other one, the man who surrendered his name, I'm not all that thrilled with because Yakuza 6 was a there was no need to bring Kiru back after Yakuza 6. Like it worked in Like a Dragon because it was a quick little thing, but what would you like to see in Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom? I don't know. I haven't even played Breath of the Wild yet. All I know is Tears of the Kingdom? Cool. I've got Yakuza coming out next year. That matters more to me. But if I get the chance to play Breath of the Wild, we'll see. I guess, actually, no. The one thing I would like to see is no more breakable weapons. That is, well, breakable weapons in Legacy of King Blood Omen 2 was a crock of shit. So, hearing and seeing people play Breath of the Wild having breakable weapons is also a crock of shit. And the fact that even the Master Sword doles over time, it doesn't break, but it doles, is a crock of shit. Ricardo PJ, hi Kaiju. Hey Ricardo. Goji Shea, 1991. Legend. Thoughts on Transformers anime getting canceled? Come on, Russian. You've already asked me this before. You know I hated that it got canceled, and it ruined my entire love for the Transformers series. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Yes, Zeo King Silver, it is. Are you making a Kamen Rider review for Halloween month? We will. You'll just have to wait and see. Maybe. My crossover Kamen Rider Sentai team would be Tsurugi, Hoji, Sho, Sanai, and Banjo. Okay. Do you think you will tackle Michael Stevens? Do you think you will tackle the Ultraman 79 anime, Gridman, or Cosmos first? I actually don't know. Actually, well, now let me scratch that. I'll probably do Zerth and Neos first because they're shorter series, whatever they are. Cosmos will most likely be the second to last Ultraman I cover because of its length. And because like 6, 7 DVDs are coming out at the same time, I'm not going to even attempt Cosmos probably till next summer. Are you planning on reviewing Kikaider? Not anytime soon, Ricardo. Did you hear the Cartoon Network's going to end this year? I heard that, well, yes. Well, the network itself should still be going, but they were merging the studio into Warner Brothers Animation, which is crap. Like, what the hell is going on over at Warner Brothers? I mean, they were already making crap decisions over the last several years, but now it seems like they're just doubling down on the stupid. They're really cranking up the stupid. Steven Harada, I can't imagine Hoji being frustrated as the silliness of the team. They are some of my favorite characters. That's why they are the team. I think the chemistry would be great for them. Sup, Kaiju? Sup, Death? What are some of Kareko's favorite rider shows? She's already said her favorite Sentai. Um, she's not over here right now, but she loves Zero One. She loves Build. Let's see. She loved Double, Ryuki, Agito. Trying to remember. I think she said Agito would be her second favorite, and then Zero One would be her first. I think that's what she said. Smash that like button. Are you enjoying Decker? No, Ricardo. Where we left off, we've had no desire to continue where we're left off on Decker. But it also doesn't help we've been busy. But now we're like 6 episodes behind on Decker. So all hands on Decker, all hands on Decker, all hands on Decker. Ooh, actually, maybe that's what I'll call the next live recording we do when we do record all the episodes. If we watch them all in like one shot, all hands on Decker. All right, what are your top 10 favorite Ultra shows? I have not completed my top 10 list yet. I'm still debating, and I want to wait till I see Cosmo, the others, before I kind of make a list. But let's see. In my top 10, there would be 7, Taro, Return. Oh, 7, Return, Taro, the original. Probably the original. That one might be an honorable mention, though. Tiga, Gaia, maybe Nexus. It could end up being an honorable mention, though, at this point. Mabius, X, Orb. Right now, that would probably be my top 10. Not 100% sure, but that would probably be my top 10 at this moment. How much different is a Subaraya show to a Toei one? It varies on the series. I mean, they are different. Like Ultraman tends to go into the more sci-fi route with some horror included, or used to have horror included. They haven't really done a horror episode since Zet. Toei just varies upon series. Like, yeah, there are similarities to a lot of Sentai shows, but there are also times when Sentai shows are completely different from one another. Especially the 90s and early 2000s when they were experimenting, and then Don Brothers recently. Don Brothers is not like any other Sentai show. Don Brothers feels like in a 90s Sentai show. Let's see. Out of all of your review videos, which one is your number one? Oh, I don't know. I mean, I have so many reviews. I don't know what's my number one favorite. I would say that one of my favorites, even though it's way back in my towards when I had first started, so the audio's off. But I was really starting to get my stride, and I had so much fun doing the video. Would be Godzilla versus Biolante. I think my favorite videos are the ones that I find myself having the most fun with, even if the overall product is not as like the best video ever. But Godzilla versus Biolante is one of the ones I had the most fun making. Last year doing the Agito review, I had a lot of fun with. I liked working on that review a lot. This year, I had a lot of fun with the Kuga review. I did have fun with the Skyrider and Super One reviews, even though they weren't good series. It just depends if I have a lot of fun with the review or not. The more fun I have, the more I like the review, even if there have been some reviews I've watched, I'm like, uh, I need to re-record a few lines here. Let me go back and re-edit a few things because that happened with my drive review. I When I got through some stuff, I was like, I don't like the way that part came out. Let me change those lines around and re-record. And I re-record. I was like, yeah, okay, that was a bit better. Oh, let me add this into this part though. So it really depends on what it is, and that's actually why my drive review took so long, is because I kept going like, I want to re-record that line. And every time I thought I was done, I would watch my review and there would be like three new flash frames I either missed out on or just I didn't notice before, or they were there because of the new footage I added into the review. So I had to fix it. My 7,000th review. Okay, well, so my review I have for my 7,000 viewers, I haven't had the chance to fully quality check it yet. I mean, I have, but I haven't had the chance to actually implement the changes, and it's been so long that now I need to just rewatch the review to make those changes. So I'm gonna just release that. Even if I hit 7,000 subscribers this month, I'm just going to wait until the first week or so of November to release that. By then, I will hopefully have the time to just sit down and watch it and do another quality check on it. I gotta fix the green screen background. The I like having a green screen set up in the uh, library now, the office studio, so I don't have to constantly move it around. But for some reason, I seem to always have to play around with the lighting again when I record. So every time I put the green screen, like I don't know what it is, but before at the old place, I could set the green screen up, record, and have the same green screen chroma key settings on every video, and it would look the same. For some reason on this, I'm not able to have that luxury, and I don't know why. I just feel like I'm I have to change the settings around every time I record a video for some reason. I have to figure out what I need to fix there. Okay. But yeah, I don't have a number one favorite, but I do have a lot that I enjoyed working on so much that those are my favorites. Darth Mordor. Yeah, I just got out of the shower too, since I'll be heading out to dinner in a few hours. Wow. Are you on the East Coast? Is that why dinner is in a few hours away? Because here it's 12:30, so or you might just be having an early dinner. Are you going to review another Power Ranger series this year? No, there won't be any Power Ranger series this year. I don't have time. Sorry about the garbage nonsense comment on my phone. Forgive me, but yeah, I love Asakura. Was Ryuki the first series? Yeah, Asakura being so Asakura is really what made Kamen Rider stand out for me because Ryuki was my first series. Now, granted, actually, like the opening to Ryuki episode 1, where we just have some random lady who's going home from a busy day at work and gets sucked into the mirror, the whole way that was shot just like come instantly grasped me in the series. And but I feel like it was a Sakura that really made me go, okay, Kamen Rider is totally different from Sentai. Let's see. Let me scroll down a bit to get some of these comments. Is the OG Kamen Rider even good? I know the OG Ultraman and Gold Ranger are highly regarded, but Kamen Rider here, the only great shows are V3, Black, and Stronger. I liked what I've seen to the original series. So it's pretty good. I would take it over Sky Rider and uh, Super One and RX. That's for sure. However, I can comparatively to what they did with Kamen Rider in the Heisei era, the Showa era is not Kamen Rider's strong point. What have you thought about Destroy All Humans 2? I'm liking it. I don't think it's as wow-inducing as I was. I'm not enamored with it as I was with the first game, but I am enjoying it quite a bit. It was cool and annoying at the same time, but I had a kaiju battle in Japan in my most recent playthrough, which was a lot of fun, but at the same time, the battle took forever because that thing was like a health sponge. I died in that battle like 6 times before I finally beat it. You see Dragon Ball Superhero? I did. I actually. No, I did a quickie review on it. I have a quickie out for it. It was Gundam I didn't do a quickie review for. I liked it. I didn't love it. I think it's the weakest of the 4 recent Dragon Ball movies. The animation was crap, but it was a good story, and I liked how it mostly focused on Piccolo. Which works because Piccolo is my favorite Dragon Ball character. Russian Wire, do a review of Message from Space. If you have trouble, do the movie. Please rewatch it. I can't research it. I am not reviewing Message from Space anytime soon because I don't have time. Right now, my priorities are Ultraman releases because they're official releases, Kamen Rider, and Sentai. I have the Blu-ray for Message from Space. I have the Blu-ray for Cutie Honey. I will get to those when I get to them. Same with Gridman. How do you rank the Star Wars movies from best to worst? Oh boy, that's a loaded question. Empire. There's more than one, right? No, seriously though. Empire, probably Rogue One, then A New Hope, then Return of the Jedi, then Revenge of the Sith, Attack of the Clones, The Force Awakens, The Phantom Menace, The Last Jedi, Solo, Clone Wars, that's the CGI one, and then if I have to put it in there, Rise of Skywalker. If I have to. Although maybe Clone Wars is better than Last Jedi because at least Clone Wars had an ending. But yeah, that would be about my ranking. Empire is just the best Star Wars movie ever. Nothing will top it. Alright. Box Knight. The OG Kamen Rangers show its age and has over 50 episodes, but it's not bad. Give it a watch. Well, it's 98 episodes, so it's basically a 100 episode series when you count the 2 movies or 3 movies, something like that. The next shout release is Ichigo. Not necessarily Russian. It could be Ryuki. They haven't made any announcement. It would be cool if it was the original show. Alright, Games by Mike Wolf. One of these days, some YouTuber needs to do a mega rant about the overarching issues of the Transformers series. It has to be the IP with the most wasted potential of all time. I agree, but I am so out of the Transformers loop that I do not know what I would even... I don't even know what they'd be talking about half the time. Oh crap, that reminds me. I got a new Godzilla comic that IDW is having me review this Tuesday that I gotta do this weekend. I totally forgot about it. I was gonna read it last night or this morning. Oh well. Are you looking forward to seeing Black Sun? I don't know yet. I'm also totally confused because I read it was supposed to be a series. and then they decided to make it a movie, but now it's back to being a series. So I'm totally confused on what's it going to be. If but I'm kind of looking forward to it, but at the same time, I do not like the designs. They are just overly complicated. Did you hear about the next Sentai? Some think it will be bug themed. The O Ranger, the King Sentai, O Ranger, King Ranger thing. I did hear about it, but I haven't paid too much attention because I don't usually. I try not to really pay too much attention to the rumors until there's more official material out there. Okay, it's just it being like 90 episodes is intimidating, but you say it's good. I'll look at it. It's great granddaughter of the franchise. There's a lot of stupid out there. I do agree. Yeah, especially Energon Superlink. Have you or your wife seen Giban? If not, you think you might. We have not watched Giban. I will at some point. It's on my list of the Metal Hero series I want to watch the most, along with Metalder. However, I'm waiting to see what Discotech ends up doing with Metal Heroes at this point. I figure I haven't had time to tackle any Metal Heroes shows, which I also have the Blu-ray of Gavin now. So I'm going to wait to see what happens with them, like if they start actually fully committing to Metal Heroes. I'll just wait for their releases. I mean, it would be interesting to have Shout release Sentai and Kamen Rider, Mill Creek releasing Ultraman, and then we have Discotech releasing Metal Heroes. That would be so damn cool. Do you have any interest in playing the Final Fantasy VII Remake series? Not at this time. Maybe when the whole thing is done, I'll think differently. I'll be right back, and then I'll answer your question, Stephen, about build. Actually, no, I'll answer that real quick. Mostly, I liked build a lot. I think it was a mess in the last 10 episodes, but I really liked it. Karaka loves build. I think she also does think the last 10 episodes were a mess, though. Okay. I will be right back. I've got to go do something, and then, and then I'll answer your next question. Give me one moment. Ouch. Okay. There. I tore my calf last month, so sometimes I need to just like stretch my muscle because it's still healing, and it'd be weird to do it on camera. What is the most toy-plosion-y writer in Sentai shows? Oh, of what I've watched, 01. Of what I've seen the basics to, probably Saber or Geo. What is the most, and then for Sentai, Kyoruger? Probably Kyoruger. Didn't get to bed till 3 a.m. last night, so I'm still a bit tired. Which is your favorite out of the Sentai series that you gave a 3 out of 5 grown-ups in spandex? Trying to remember what I gave a 3 out of 5 to. What series? O Ranger. I gave O Ranger a 3 out of 5, right? Yeah, it would be O Ranger. It, as much as it does have its weak points, O Ranger is still a great show, and I do think it has one of the best finales in Sentai. The last 4 episodes when Paranoia sorry, spoilers. But the last 4 episodes really makes it one of the best having gives it one of the best finales of any Sentai series for best final arcs. So Ranger would be my favorite of the ones with a 3 out of 5. Favorite Tarantino movie? Pulp Fiction and Inglorious Bastards are kind of like tied for the number 1 spot. After that, it would be probably a toss up between Jackie Brown, Reservoir Dogs, and Hateful Eight. Are you still going to review Kyoruger, Loopbot, and Go Busters? At some point, I am. It's not going to happen this year. I'm going to try to tackle another one next year. Obviously, the school year has made things a bit challenging, and it being my first year teaching full time hasn't helped because I'm still figuring things out. Tokusatsu Fan 1996. Would you like to see another Sentai show do the 3+2 format by having 3 Rangers at the start and having 2 additional Rangers, all alive men, Hurricane Jiraiya Ranger, Keki Ranger, Go Anjo, and Go Busters? Sure. Why not? But can we keep it limited to 5 in total? Michael Stevens. I would do a top 10 list for Ultraman yet because I wouldn't do a top 10 list for Ultraman yet because I would guess that Max would probably end up on your list when you watch it. I hope so. Would Killer Major break into your top 11 Sentai and kick out Geki Ranger, or would it be an honorable mention? Nah, it probably still wouldn't end up being an honorable mention because as much as I really liked it a lot, there's just still too many shows that I would still take over it. Like Denjimon and Gold Ranger. Favorite vampire movie? Probably, it'd be Bram Stoker's Dracula. Yes, I know Keanu Reeves is not exactly great in that one, but same with the other girl. But the production values, the closeness to the original novel, Gary Oldman's performance all elevate that. Oh, and the soundtrack elevate it to being the greatest vampire movie ever made. After that would probably be John Carpenter's Vampires. Prefer Gaia to Tiga, but there are things in Tiga I enjoy better. Besides, both of them are good. Were you serious when you said in Down Brothers Yellow Ranger is the main character, so the red isn't even the main protagonist? I think that's so cool. Yeah, Yellow really is like the main character of the show, essentially. The Red Ranger's there, and a lot of it revolves around him, but Yellow is the central protagonist. It's just like in Kabuto, how even though Tendo is like the central hero because the show's named after him, Kagami was the main character. Same with like in Geats, even though Geats is the title character, the show is not about him. I'll look into that show soon. Don Brothers, I feel, would be better without the CGI Rangers and use normal costumes. I can't get into black and pink. I agree. I don't like the CGI Rangers, but you know what? The show is so well written, I don't even care anymore. There are times I will be like, ooh, when something looks bad, but at this point, the show is just so well written, it doesn't matter. Thoughts on 222 so far? Well, let's see. We had a friend's wife die, and I tore my calf. Another friend died last month, and we had stuff. It's not as bad as last year, I guess. So there's that. Thoughts on Top Gun Maverick? I've never seen the original Top Gun, so I have no interest in watching Maverick. Maverick, you need to kind of have the nostalgia of the original to enjoy from what it looked like. I've never heard of a Sentai where the red wasn't the main, even though Kaku Ranger White seemed like a protagonist, but I haven't finished the show. Yeah, so Kaku Ranger, well, the Red Rangers still were lead characters in Kaku Ranger and Time Ranger, but they weren't the leaders of the team. White Ranger was the leader of the team or Ninja White was the leader of the team in Kaku, and Time Pink was the leader of the team in Time Ranger. But yeah, the Red Rangers were still the centric, like, had big parts to play. This is the first time where the Red Ranger really has a minimal role, and it's kind of refreshing considering how many series in the last decade focused mostly on the Red Ranger. Have you seen RRR? I don't even think I know what that is. RRR? Red Ribbon Rangers? Red Ribbon Rioters? Rescue Rangers Return? Is that the Chip and Dale movie? Because if so, no, I have not watched that. I really like the video where you do the weather report during the kaiju attack. Also, all in the reviews Kaiju no Kami story arc. Thanks. You know, early on I tried to do a story, some sort of small storyline, and people. It was originally just supposed to be one-off joke, and then people were like, "Oh, I want to see this story goes," and like, "Oh, but it was just a joke." Okay, I'll make a story out of this. And then I had people like, "Oh man, why are you doing the story thing? That's stupid. Reviewers need to stop doing stories." So I was like, "Okay, I'll stop." It's also funny when people just take the petting the Godzilla very seriously. I don't get what is the big deal. Like when some people are like, "Oh my god, why is that guy petting his Godzilla?" Like, my character was based off Blofeld from James Bond, and he pets the cat. Why are you taking it so seriously? It's just meant to be fun. People on the internet are way too serious at times. I don't understand it. Like, dude, people have fun. You're on social media. Don't take it so seriously. Like, okay, if someone is intentionally harassing you, take that seriously. But you're online. Don't get upset if somebody disagrees with your opinion. Don't go like jumping someone from behind because they responded to someone in your comments because they liked what they saw or agreed with what that person said. I don't get why is everyone on social media so serious? I, I want that to be like the tagline from The Dark Knight of just Joker, but being like a social media icon, like a social media logo, and says, "Why so serious?" Like, I don't get people on social media. Why do they take everything so seriously? I don't understand it. Seriously. Well, yeah, I'm being serious about people not being about yeah. It's weird. I'm being serious about people being serious on social media. But really, why do people get so upset on social media when you disagree with them? Why do they always feel like their opinion is the only thing that matters? Like, okay, I get that you like your show, but not everybody does. But you're posting on social media, there's going to be people that disagree with you. If you don't want to have a conversation about with people disagreeing with you, don't post on social media. The point of social media is to have conversations, to converse. It's like these people don't know what it's like to converse in the real world, so they don't know how to have a conversation online. I don't understand it. Anyway, that's my soapbox for this Q&A. Let's move on. Hey Kaiju, in your opinion, which Kamen Rider do you think will be on Blu-ray next? I think the most offensive choice. Do you mean obvious? I'm assuming you mean obvious. I'm assuming it's going to be Ryuki as well because the original would take up probably be 2 sets. But I would like I would like it to be Ryuki because I'd like to watch Ryuki again. On the other hand, I wouldn't mind if they did a Gito, just because it would come next after Kuga. Although if they wanted to do double, that would be kind of cool too because Then it would give I could watch double and then go to the double anime, which we have not had the time to watch. We haven't even had the time to finish Love After World Domination. That was like months ago. Um, I think Ryuki or the original would be the most obvious picks, but we'll see. Or they could go with my personal favorite and go with Blade. Although I will say, watching Kuga again in such a short time span from when I last watched it, Kuga is a damn good show. I mean, I liked it when I watched it like a decade ago, and then I really liked it when I watched it last year with Corellica and Silver Quill. But now, watching it again on Blu-ray, I'm like, man, you know what? I think I might like this show more than Gaim. Maybe I like this show more than Double. So I might end up switching around my Kamen Rider list again because the more I'm watching Kuga, the more I'm really, really loving it. Now, granted, I haven't watched Gaim since it first aired, and I haven't watched Double since we watched it the first time. But watching Kuga again, I'm like, this show is so good. I really wish I had the time to finish the Blu-ray already because I'm like craving to watch more, but I've got other stuff to do at the same time. Okay, anyway, moving on. What do you think is better, official or official? I will always go official. Or do you mean like subtitle fonts and stuff? Because sometimes fan subs do have good fonts, but I always go official. You got to support the creators legally, especially with Toku when we don't get the luxury to be picky. We don't get the luxury to go, yeah, I'm not gonna buy that series because I don't want it. We don't have that luxury. Anime fans have that luxury to be picky. We don't. If we don't support one release, it could jeopardize every release going forward. I really feel like the only reason Mill Creek went all in on Ultraman is because Subaraya really wanted to do this instant push to get Ultraman into the American market because they saw that the Toku market was lacking in America, and they knew it was that selling the license cheaply would get all the series out there. And they so I feel like that's what they did is they just were like, yeah, this is a untapped market in America. We know there's fans in America. Let's do it. Toei is like, well, America does have fans, but we don't like to make money. That's why we make crappy shows sometimes, some years. So let's just not even try to stream the latest show online. I mean, we could do it. They could watch it for free. We would make the ad revenue money on it, but eh. Okay. Steven, I think he meant obvious, not offensive. What piece of media made you go Camille from Zeta's ending? I don't know what you mean, Russian. All right, let's move these comments up. Top American Toku shows with not just Power Rangers. Top American Toku shows.
Have they not met you?
Huh?
Have they not met you?
What?
You don't like American Toku shows.
I'm trying to think of what would be considered an American Toku show. I mean, yeah, there's Mystic Knights of Tyrannog, but that was crap. Really big crap.
I actually don't remember that show.
Be lucky. It's like someone went to a Renaissance fair bought the cheapest costumes imaginable and turned it into a Toku series. While filming at the Renaissance fair.
Is there a problem with being Renaissance-y?
when you're supposed to be this high budget high budget for low budget superhero effects show, yes. I need to think about that question for a bit. What are your thoughts on the actor who played Hagrid from the Harry Potter films recently passing? It sucks. Favorite Godzilla video game?
Wow, that's it?
Well, I don't really have anything to say about him. I only know him from James Bond and Harry Potter.
Well, any loss of life is
I mean,
sad.
yeah, it sucks, but that's all I've got. It sucks. So yeah, it sucks. Favorite Godzilla video game? Destroy All Monsters Melee. Showa era of Kamen Rider seems far worse regarded than the Showa era of Ultraman. That it does, it's not exactly the greatest. Shout Factory already licensed it in the original series. Would you ever do a Beef Fighter review? Maybe at some point I will, especially because now Beef Fighter has been fully fan subbed. Do you prefer original Ultraman or Gold Ranger? Actually, I'd probably go with Ultraman in this case. As much as I liked Gold Ranger, I probably would do Ultraman. LJ, I saw your shells on Twitter. I'm thinking, why don't you have Kamen Rider V3 from Hawaii Kaider? Just asking. Never got around to buying them. They were super expensive. Granted, not as expensive as choose, but just never got around to them. Thoughts on Nintendo Switch? It's cool.
I love it.
It's a cool system when it has games I want to play, like Metroid Dread and. Well, I want to play Super Mario Odyssey, but I can never have time because every video game that ever comes out, every time I plan to play Odyssey, and then life gets too busy. But I want to play Mario Odyssey. I'm also waiting for Metroid Prime 4 to come out. Yeah, Toei. So Toei charges apparently the same amount for Kamen Rider that they charge for One Piece and Dragon Ball for licensing. That's why Shout Factory can't just go all in with the licensing costs. Because Toei is not like Tsuburaya. As I said, Toei doesn't want money. Well, they want money, but they are overcharging for their money, so they're not making money. I agree, Rogue One is the best Star Wars one. I also liked Rebel. So Rebels I liked for Star Wars shows from Disney. The Mandalorian's really good. We haven't really gotten to watch any others. Lane Kramer. Hey Kaiju, have you been watching Decker at all? I have not watched it yet. Has it been any good? We watched up to episode 8 and then it got lost in the wayside of busyness called life. It is not that good though. There's only been one episode of the 8 I actually kind of liked. Favorite Ghidorah design, the original 64 one. Although I do kind of really like the one from Mothra 3. Probably second. Favorite drink, cream soda, followed by root beer, Mountain Dew, and Dr. Pepper. As long as it's not Barks root beer. Barks root beer is gross. Love the statue. Give me the good nostalgia for old kaiju reviews. Oh, are you talking about this one here? So I'm going to use my little be right back. What is the most Toy Explosion Transformers show? I don't know. I haven't watched them. Probably At this point, it's probably whatever the last one was.
Really?
Actually, no, it would actually be the original. Because the original, they would just throw characters in for one episode because they needed to sell the toy. Are you excited for Venom and Marvel Spider-Man 2? And what other villains would you like to see in the game? I'm not really excited for Venom because I'm not exactly the biggest Venom fan. But other villains I want to see in the Spider-Man games is Mysterio, because they could totally do what they did with Scarecrow in the Arkham games for Mysterio, or even kind of similar to what they did with Scorpion in Spider-Man. But yeah, I want to see that. I want to see Hobgoblin. I want to see Cardiac. Try it. Is that the music coming from Yakuza?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to figure out what that's.
It's just random music
Oh, okay.
from one of the side missions.
Oh yeah. Somebody wants to know your favorite Kamen Rider series. Is it really 1 o'clock already? Oh well. No wonder I'm starting to get hungry.
Well, that's why I'm having a snack. Favorite Kamen Rider series. It was zero. It's actually kind of still is 01. If we don't ever include the movies post series, but I would say beyond that, I really like Blade. I also am a huge fan of Dano.
Is Agito still number 2 for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's hard to say.
What about Revice?
Oh, Royce is definitely up there.
Okay. Your hair is messy.
That's why I don't want you to put me on camera.
Oh, so put you on camera as you just put yourself on camera as you turned around? Okay. Anyway, Cardiac, Hobgoblin. Silvermane would be cool. The Enforcers would be awesome to see. Let's see, who else would I like to see in there? Belladonna. Trying to think who wasn't in the first one that I'd like to see in this one. Let's see, they did Shocker, they did Prowler, they did they did Tombstone, they did Hammerhead. Lizard could be cool. Especially because then you could search the sewers, which, well, I guess they already did technically have you do levels in sewers, but Hobgoblin would be the best one. He would be like the main villain gathering all these other guys, but the Enforcers, they could do a whole gangster thing again with Silvermane, the Enforcers. Who's the other guy? Can't think of it now. Who else would I like to see? Smythe might be cool. Morbius. I want to see Morbius in the game. Oh, wouldn't that be really cool to do like a whole horror part with Morbius? Tarantula, they could do this whole battle in darkness with just like the spider emblem light being the only lighting you get. That was a cool scene in the comics. So I'll go with those ones. My mind's drawing a blank on Craven. Craven would be cool. Would be good to do. But yeah. Actually, the Craven could be similar to like the role Taskmaster had in the first one. Okay. Actually, this is the second live stream in the new apartment. I don't know how your name is pronounced. But this is actually the second live stream, but first one when most things have been set up. Denjimon HD has finished his run. That's cool. Same people say Kenji Oba is the Jackie Chan of Toku. What do you think? Some people, I could see it. I could see why. he does do a lot of cool stuff, so I can totally get down behind that. Now, granted, I'm not the biggest Jackie Chan fan, but I could totally see it. Have you ever been a fan of martial arts movies like some of Bruce Lee's works? I don't even think I've ever seen a Bruce Lee movie. So it varies. I love Five Deadly Venoms. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon was not bad, but I'm not the biggest martial arts movie person. I've liked ones that I have seen, but they're not ones I go out of my way for. Like The Returner, I think that'd be considered a martial arts movie. That was pretty good, but I've not. They're not like my go-to genre, which is kind of funny since my favorite Sentai is a martial arts Sentai. Or even the Power Rangers RPM when Dylan, the Black Ranger, is the main character of the story rather than the Red Ranger. Yep, that was really good. Don Brothers is good, has good stuff, but the CGI Rangers sometimes make it hard to fully get into. It's the only buzzkill, but yeah, the show is so good. I could never get past the volleyball scene of the Top Gun. Also, never been a Tom Cruise fan. I'm not a big Tom Cruise fan either. There's only a few select movies with him that I like. Legend, although Legend's not exactly the greatest movie ever made. Tim Curry is like the best thing about it. Collateral with Jamie Foxx when he's a taxi driver. I like Tom Cruise in that, and I don't think Tom Cruise even needed to act in that because he was just being himself, an asshole. Edge of Tomorrow was really good, and Tropic Thunder. Those would probably be my top Tom Cruise performances. Black was leader of Mega Ranger. Yeah, that he was Zeo King. RRR is a Bollywood film and my favorite of the year. So far, I know it's confusing, but yeah, that's the title. Oh, I think we did watch an honest trailers on that. Because that now Bollywood, that sounds slightly familiar. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. I thought RRR was just a joke they were making, but now that you say Bollywood, I think we did watch an honest trailer. What are the Sentai series you think are overrated? Uh, Shinkenger? I mean, don't get me wrong, Shinkenger is a good show, but some people really went overboard on the Shinkenger love. Kyoruger. Kyoruger. No. No, 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 no. Favorite Turtles villain? Well, I gotta go with the classic Shredder, but also Karai. Loved Karai. She was great in the original comics, and she was fantastic in the Four Kids cartoon series. What if Flay returned for Destiny? You mean kind of like how Mula Flaga was dead but didn't actually die? Actually, it's kind of funny. I was just having a conversation about that with how I didn't know Mula Flaga died. So when I was watching Destiny, because I was watching Destiny as Cartoon Network was airing Seed, I was like, why is Mula Flaga a villain? And people are like, what do you mean Mula Flaga is the villain in Destiny? No, that's not even possible. Mula Flaga, well, you'll see when you get to it in Seed. And I'm like, no, Mula Flaga's the villain in Destiny. And they're like, no, he's not. And then Cartoon Network gets to the end of Seed and oh, Mula Flaga died. That's why people said he can't be the villain in Destiny. But oh, look. Roanoke in Destiny is revealed to be Mula Flaga. Huh. I guess. I don't know. I was like, but Mula Flaga is clearly the villain in Destiny. Yeah, he's calling himself Roanoke, so I don't know why, but that's clearly Mula Flaga. And people are like, no, it's not. And then I just see, like, oh, well, that explains why people didn't think Roanoke was Mula Flaga. Because I guess if I had watched Seed, I was not supposed to know that was Mula Flaga. But clearly it was Mula Flaga because I knew about it was Mula Flaga, having not seen all of Seed. And clearly they intended him to be Mula Flaga because I thought it was Mula Flaga right from the get-go. It was an interesting period of Gundam. In Kamen Rider Ryuki fandom, they say Ren is the anti-hero, but I think he misunderstands because I think Ren is the only one doing what he thinks is right. Ren is not an anti-hero. He does have some areas that he's working on, but he is not an anti-hero. Although I will say I do hate the episodes when Ren loses his memory because it's just like your typical Toku show where a character loses their memory conveniently and then they conveniently remember who they are by the end of the story. How about a Toku show where the character loses his memory in like episode 10 and then he doesn't gain his memory back to like episode 35? How about that? That would be cool. Okay, yeah, a lot of reviewers are great when they incorporate storylines into their shows, even though they can be seen as parodies of something else, but it's still engaging to watch. People can be so judgmental. Yeah, people are totally judgmental on the internet. It's funny because people are like, "Oh, well, your videos suck. Things." I was like, "Okay, well, what can I do to improve to gain your viewership?" And then it's either noises or one person was like, "Nothing. There's nothing you could do to improve because I wouldn't watch your videos regardless of what you did." Well, then why are you bothering to complain in the first place? If you're not going to care regardless, then don't bother when you clearly don't care. Fandoms are the worst. Yep, just saw, never heard of it. Agito is owned by Toku HD. Doesn't matter, Russian. Shout can still do it if they license it. If you do Gridman, will you do the anime? I already reviewed the anime. Hold on. I need to. 1 second here. Okay. Okay. Figured it wouldn't be gone long enough to put him up. This dude up. Let's scroll down a bit so I can get more comments. But yeah, I've already done the anime for Gridman. It was a Patreon request. Maybe it's because of the power of physical media that made you increase the opinion of Kuga. It's possible, but I really do like Kuga nonetheless. Do you consider Destroyer to be one of the best Godzilla monsters ever made? No, actually, I don't. In concept, he's cool, but in execution, not so much. Are you going to do a review on the Kamen Rider Zex movie one day? Oh, Zed Cross? I will at some point. It would be something easy to tackle during the school year, so I might do it sometime sooner rather than later. It wouldn't be until at least early next year though. Hey, I liked Mr. Knight's Terranog back in the day. Has a catchy opening theme, but yeah, it was not as good a good looking show. I didn't like Mystic Knights at all. I think I liked what turned out to be the last 2 or 3 episodes of the series. They like brought in some evil knight, and then there was an interesting plot twist that was occurring, and then the show kind of just ended. I was like, okay. Beetleborgs, Mystic Knights, VR Troopers, maybe some anime shows. Okay, so basically just the ones that were turned into American. Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. I sort of like Beetleborgs Metallics, but that was more because of Nucus. Didn't actually like the first Beetleborg series. Never really got into VR Troopers. I liked season 2 of VR Troopers more than I did season 1, but never really got into that show. I don't know why. Just couldn't get into it. Never saw Superhuman Samurai Squad, Cyber Squad, Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. Hated Masked Rider. Don't know Shaolin Showdown. Hmm. Tell me your history of Gundam Wing. Again? Come on, Russian. Okay. Watched it on Cartoon Network. It was like my third. It was the third Gundam show I ever saw. It was like the coolest thing ever. Had the greatest soundtrack. That was like so super amazing at the time. Watched it like recorded all the episodes on Cartoon Network. And the uncut ones, as it were um, later when they did the midnight uncut ones. Watched it like every summer. It was the first anime series I bought on DVD. Then it was about probably 8 years before I watched it again, and then it wasn't so good after that one. After the 8 year jump, blech, can't talk. What are your thoughts on Ariel being played by a dark skinned girl in Little Mermaid remake? I don't care one way or the other. I hope the movie's just good. I don't honestly have an opinion because I don't care. I hope the actress does a great job. I enjoyed Mrs. Nikes back in the day. It was better than Mass Rider, probably, but Mass Rider was like the bottom of the barrel. Ferret Max and Nexus Monsters and Aliens. I haven't seen Max, so I can't say. Nexus, it would have been the Cerberus one. Kenobi was pretty cool. Though Boba Fett felt unnecessary. I'll get to those. It's funny. I heard Kenobi, nothing but great things about Kenobi, and now suddenly that Andor has come out. I think it's called Andor. That Kenobi is considered bad now. Star Wars fans are so weird. They're like fair weather friends. They only care about you when you're popular, but the moment you're not the new. Let me rephrase it. They only care about you when you're the new thing, but the moment you're not the new thing, they move on and just say, "Oh, I don't like that person anymore." Toei Toku have multiple copyrights like Asahi, Shinomori. Yep. Kamen Rider, Dragon Knight, Master Rider, Big Bad Beetleborgs, VR Troopers, American Toku, or other shows about how Gem Rangers, Emo Rangers, American Toku just helping. Ghidorah, my favorite is the 1991 Ghidorah versus Godzilla, followed by Mothra 3, Grand King Ghidorah's design. What is your think about? Sorry. Oh, I actually never got around to watching the Gokaiger 10th anniversary movie. Never got around to it. We'll come back to it sometime, and then I'll do a review of it at some point. Sure, the people think that some Ryan Cup Sentai or Power Rangers show them the montage of people getting killed with instruments of destruction playing in the background. You know how long it would take to do that, Russian. I don't have the time to do that. Just show every single character getting killed or every single person getting killed. Just watch one Time Ranger episode. The one with the Hell's Gate dude. There. That's all you need. What is the best Gundam show and movies in your opinion? The best Gundam show is Zeta, followed by Double Zeta and then Unicorn. Best Gundam movie. Ooh. Funny enough, probably Endless Waltz. Gundam movies are not Gundam's strong point. Although Dawn's Island was really, really good. So actually, I'm going to probably say Dawn's Island. Or Endless Waltz. One of those two. But yeah, movies are not Gundam's strong point. The Double O movie sucked. Char's Counterattack was mediocre. F91 kind of sucked. Well, Hathaway's Flash Part 1 was good, but it's an incomplete story right now. And that other one that just came out, that's a sequel to Unicorn. Why can I think of it? NT. That one was okay. What do you think? What do you think the company who did Kamen Rider the first on DVD? Do you think I would I would do Sentai movies because, in an opinion, it'd be easier to track down movies and specials. Uh, what do you mean, LJ? Like Media Blasters, who did Kamen Rider the First? I don't know. The movies are really nothing special, really, honestly. Most movies, most of the Sentai movies are just extended episodes and sometimes not even good ones at that. Have you heard about the brand new Total Drama cast? No, I didn't know they were doing a new series. The enforcers were Fox, Montana, and Fancy Dan. Yes, they were, Darth. I really want there to be Marvel Legends figures of those three. Like, come on, Hasbro. Are you a vegetarian? Nope, I like meat too much. Sorry, I have to go. See you next time. See you, LJ. What do you think of The Simpsons? When do you think The Simpsons is going to end? When the apocalypse occurs? Well, no, the apocalypse already occurred and Simpsons continued to go. When the world ends. In fact, here's a question about The Simpsons. Why the hell are they recasting Simpsons characters like Dr. Hibbert and Carl, but not recasting Marge? Marge needs to go. No disrespect to Kavner, but her voice is dreadful. She should not be voicing Marge anymore. She cannot handle the character. Why has she not been recast? They've recast other characters, recast Marge. Okay, so second soapbox for the Q&A. I agree with you and Tom Cruise being awesome in Tropic Thunder, even though he wasn't in the movie that much, but then again, the movie wasn't about him, which is probably why he worked so well. I wish they could do crossover games of only a few Gundams. What state are you in? Colorado, Billy. You have predicted correctly that Moo came back. Toku is much more popular in Asia than in the West. Well, obviously. I mean, there that is no doubt, but there is an untapped market in the US that companies are finally starting to take advantage of. Are you a big fan of Akiba Ranger? I love Akiba Ranger. It is going to be amazing. Billy, what's your job in real life? I'm a teacher. Thoughts on Hocus Pocus 2? Have not watched it. I haven't seen the original since when it first came out on VHS. Seeing the Hulu Animaniacs, I came to a conclusion that hand-drawn animation is superior to digital. Oh, totally. I have actually not watched the Hulu Animaniacs yet, though. I want to because it looks hilarious as hell. I wish they would do more of a faithful adaptation of Gundam Wing as the first cut too much. What is the first and second Gundam show you've seen? The first was the original movie trilogy. The second was War in the Pocket. Gundam Wing was still epic. It deserves more love. Debatable. Monster Warriors. Not familiar with that. Gold Ranger or Gokaiger? I would probably go with Gokaiger. Oh my god, am I caught up? I am caught up. Sweet. Where Supro has gone to court and got the copyright for most all the series. Yep. When will you get to Discord? I have no idea. I keep going, I need to go to Discord and then stuff. Maybe I'm going to try to go this week while I'm on fall break. Even if it's only for like 10, 15 minutes, I'm going to try to go on Discord this week while I'm on fall break. There. So if you guys go to Discord, I'll hopefully see you there. Of course, I don't even know. Everyone probably already quit my Discord because I never am there. It's kind of weird. People only seem to chat in the Discord when I'm there, which kind of sucks because the point of Discord is for everyone to connect. Have you tried to watch pro wrestling like WWE? WWE? You mean WWF? Because I only know this one called WWF, World Wrestling Foundation. For Federation. World Wrestling Federation. But no, I used to be a wrestling fan. Undertaker, Ultimate Warrior, Tatanka were like my favorites. And then it just became like 70% talk and 30% wrestling. So I gave up. and I've never really had an interest in going back. It's all the PC stuff these days. Got to have an African American as for American characters. I don't care. Do you think modern audiences love toy plosions? Probably. Oh, Billy Lee, I teach sixth grade, so it's all subjects. Modern Simpsons episode. Favorite modern Simpsons episode. How modern are we talking? Like the last 5 years? Because if so, it would be Thanksgiving of Horror. If we're talking the last 10 years, it'd probably still be Thanksgiving of Horror. If we're talking about like 15 years, then it would be 24 minutes. Most scariest Gundam moments. Talking dolphins in X. Yes, talking dolphins. What is your favorite anime? Gankutsu, The Count of Monte Cristo. Ever read the Animorphs books? No, I have not. Never really took an interest in Animorphs. Not a fan of fart jokes, Russian, but kids love them. I know that why WWF changed their name to WWE, but to me, they will forever be WWF. Think they will ever do Kamen Rider 10 years after type stuff? Mark Guerrero, after what they did to O's, I would rather they didn't. Let's just do away with this 10 years crap because they clearly have no respect for the franchises that they are putting back out with new movies. I'd like some of the older Halloween specials. New ones are okay, but don't feel the same. I am a mathematics major student. Oh, that's cool. When was the last time you trick-or-treated? Halloween of 1999, which was because a friend really wanted to go trick-or-treating for one last time. The talking dolphin episode, the girl's wearing naked and she is young. Yeah, but the talking dolphins were scary. What's your favorite movie to watch on Halloween? Halloween? Trick or Treat? I don't really have a specific favorite movie to watch on Halloween. You tend to go out for Halloween because there's a cool neighborhood that has all kinds of cool decorations and lights and stuff that we go to. But usually I would just watch a horror movie that we didn't get to during the month. Maybe occasionally I would watch Halloween on Halloween in the last few years. But like one year it was Alien. One year we watched Trick or Treat. We've done The Thing. What was another one we watched? Nightmare Before Christmas. So we don't have a specific movie to watch on Halloween night. All right, games by Mark Wolf. See ya. Actually, I'm going to be finishing up as well. Who would win, Griza or Destroya, and why? Griza from Ultraman X, he would win because he could actually move around. Destroya is all bulky and Was surprised Michael. Don't read that. Don't read that for people who haven't seen Halloween Ends yet that actually want to see Halloween Ends. Ultraman, Kamen Rider 1, Aqua Ranger, Gavin. Who is your favorite? Probably Kamen Rider Ichigo. What is your favorite Halloween costume? Halloween costume from like the Halloween series? Because the original Maiko is the best. Thoughts on Don Brothers Cluster Fucko? I don't think I've gotten there yet. It's Russian. We haven't watched anything since episode 28, so I don't think I've gotten to a giant cluster. Gyals vs. Gira. You can take care of kaiju. Sorry, I couldn't come up with many questions this time around. Hey, it's cool, Darth. Favorite Gigan design, the Showa era one. If you want to enjoy Toku series, you need to forget the logic and enjoy the characters and story. What do you think would be a good horror movie crossover? I'm not a fan of horror movie crossovers, so I don't think anything would be a good idea at this point. Although Annabelle and Chucky would make could make a hilarious comedy. Also, my birthday happens before Halloween, so birthday wishes are appreciated. Oh, absolutely. Happy birthday, Darth. My favorite Halloween costume, I mean, which costume you enjoyed wearing on Halloween? Uh, I had a lot of costumes I wore as a kid. I had Batman, Morbius, Hobgoblin, but I think Morbius was my favorite. 90s Morbius was so awesome. Okay. How well do you think Ultraman would go against Showa Godzilla and Gamera? I'm hungry. I gotta go get food. But I think he would do well. They'd be like fighting other monsters. I think a recent writer like Bayformer, since they repeat the formulas, Toku series sometimes are really lack of logic and mature theme. They can be. That's what I like about Garo. Did you see the Full Moon Studios monster film? I don't know that one. Sargeman. Sorry, Sargeman. I don't know if you just got here, but I'm about to head out because I am hungry. Best Ultraman period for me is 96 to 2006. Nice, Billy Lee. Bill Lee, not Billy Lee. Bill Lee. All right. I've got to go get some lunch. So I'll talk to you guys next time. Until then, bye. I always do that, and I still have to hit end string. See ya, Russian.